to be made in power only, and I'll show you how to get it. Stay tuned, watch this video. I'll go over my pay stubs. I'll go over how I've been making money doing power only. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. I am Keith the Trucker, and in this video, I'll be showing you how much money I've made running power only. Now I've changed over. I'm with F2F. We can run any load board that we choose. I'll show you the load boards that I run, and I'll also show you my first full check. Even though it wasn't a full week, it was more of a partial week. I'll show you what I made anyway and show you how I make money running power only. So first off, the load boards that I run: Truck Smarter, Truck Stop, TQL, Convoy, JB Hunt, Schneider Freight Power, and Uber Freight. The one that I've been running the most is the JB Hunt, JB Hunt load board, and as I run the other ones, I'll come back with other videos explaining those. But the one that I'm most familiar with at this time is the JB Hunt load board. That's where most of my runs have come from. If not, maybe all of my runs so far. It was just the one that I caught on to the quickest, so I just took it and ran with it. Now I've only been with F2F. I think it's been less than a month, so maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm getting the hang of everything, so it's always potential to make more money. But what I will say is I've yet to run uh like a full, like maybe 2,800, 3,000 mile week. So once I get to that stage where I'm able to book my loads back to back to back and be able to uh up my miles and stuff like that, then the pay will go up, obviously. So the run that I will show you, I'll start with the pay stub real fast. The run that I will this is a partial week. So if we go down to the bottom, I didn't even run I didn't even run 2,000 miles on this week. So, you know, uh, for the overall pay to not even run 2,000 miles, it was pretty decent in my opinion. When I compare it, to my previous pay at $1.15. So let's go back and add this up. So 1,900 miles, well, 1,954, I think it was. So let's say $1.15 times 1,954. I would have made about a little bit over $2,200 with my old company, and then with this company, I had gross for that week 3,600. So that's a big difference. That's a difference of, I believe that's a difference of over $1,000. So that's pretty that's pretty you know that's a pretty big difference. So for this week, I had ran 3 runs. I did 3 runs on this particular week. It wasn't a full week. I think I got stuck sitting because, like I said, I'm still figuring everything out. So as I get better with booking loads and all that stuff, the pay will go up. Everything will kind of fall in place. But sometimes I do get stuck for a day or two. Like I'm stuck right now, outside of Dallas, Fort Worth area. I had booked a Walmart load that was supposed to pick up yesterday, but when I got to the shipper, in the computer, the lady had it booking for today. So I ended up sitting for 24 hours. Now, that's one thing that you got to learn from the jump. Whenever you get stuck sitting, you got to start making phone calls because you don't want to be sitting for free. So I managed to uh, get an extra $200 for me sitting, which is fine for me. I'll go ahead and wait it out, and then I'll go back in a couple hours. I think it picks up at 4 p.m. today, so I'll go back in a couple hours and head back that way. I'm only about 10 miles around the corner, so I'll head back that way in a couple hours. But you never want to be sitting for free. You always want to get paid for what you do, especially when you're booking your own loads and you can haggle your own prices and stuff like that. You always want to get paid for what you do. But yeah, so I ran 3 runs on this particular week. and I get paid 80%. As you can see in the corner, I get paid 80%. There's two different plans at F2F. There's one plan where you make 80%, you book your own loads, you basically do everything yourself. And then there's another one where you get paid 72, and that's where F2F will book your loads for you, and you'll go home every weekend. With the plan that I'm on, you can go home whenever you want. Uh, Part of that is why I've yet to run a full week, because I've been taking care of some admin type stuff, like waiting on my tags and different things from F2F to come in the mail. So I've been back and forth home, checking different things, getting the different things that come in the mail for me, and getting the truck back reset up, ready to run and stuff. So I've yet to really run a full week, but so far, uh, the money's pretty decent. Like I'm not tripping over the money. The money, like I said, the money will come as I learn more how to book my loads consistently, and also how to not get stuck sitting in certain places. Like you'll go there and then the loads will dry up on you. You won't be many loads back out, So I'm learning how to book my load in and book my load out before I'm actually ready to go. So that way I'm just staying up and running. So it's a little learning curve, but uh, I'm getting it faster than I thought I would. So the first run, uh, I net 13. No, I net 1840, and then after deductions, it was 1377. The second run, I was stuck there a couple of days, and then I managed to find this load out of Baytown, which is outside of Houston area. So I net 906 on that run, and then after expenses and everything, it was 461. And on the last run, I was actually headed home for something. So yeah, I net 941 on that run and 739 after deductions and everything, for a total of a little bit over 3,600, just under 3,700. And then after deductions, it was roughly about just under 2,600. And then if you scroll down, uh, you got my standard deductions, which is basically the pre-pass, the plates, which, like I said, is coming in the mail pretty soon. You got the owner-op escrow, the insurance, a couple feelings on there, and the load board. Now, I only pay for one load board. The load board that I pay for, we get a discount through F2F for the truck stop app, which is, I've yet to use that one. I don't know why, I just yet to use it. But I only paid $13. Uh, I think each check for it, so $13 a week. So I don't. It doesn't really bother me. It's another load board to have if I need it. But the rest of the load boards come free, because F2F has different accounts with different load board companies, and they get us set up with a username and password and everything. That's how I got the JB Hunt app. It came with the username and password and all that. It's free of charge. I've been running it. I caught on to it the easiest, so I've been running a lot of JB Hunt loads. I'm pretty sure some of y'all see me out there. I've been running a lot of JB Hunt loads lately, but if JB Hunt, if that stuff dries up, then I might switch over, do a Schneider load here and there, or some type of convoy load or something. Uh, but yeah, so after all deductions and everything, I brought home 1910, which is just under 2 grand, which is not bad for only running less than 2,000 miles. It's not really bad. Uh, so far in the couple weeks that I've been here, I've already made about $4,600, which is not bad. I'm still getting the hang of everything, but it's not bad. So yeah, I like the freedom. They don't really bother you or nothing. You just run it how you want to run it. They don't hassle you if you take a load. Let's say you take a load and drop it off on the 15th, and you don't start back running until the 17th. They don't hassle you about it or nothing like that. You just run it the way you want to run it. But one thing I will say is, if you go home more than 3 days, 3 days at a time. You got to let them know, you'll be out for a little while because I got stuck. Uh, Went to get the truck fixed because I had a bad oil leak, so I was stuck at home for about. I thought it was only going to be a couple of days, but it actually ended up being about a week. And when I got back on the road, my field card was off, but it's all good. I got it turned back on and everything. So, uh, yeah, that's the only thing. If you're gonna be at home longer than I say roughly 3 days, you gotta let them know or whatnot. But overall, everything's been pretty smooth. I hope you can see the screen. I'm doing this off my phone, so I hope you can see the screen and everything. But yeah, so JB Hunt out. We'll switch over to that. That's what I've been running. So this load that I'm picking up later today, I pick up in Fort Worth and then I take it to Searcy, Arkansas. So what we'll do is we'll look up Searcy and then we'll do destination for anywhere. Normally I would stick with 150-mile radius, but lately the power only loads in some places is kind of dried up, so I'll push it to like a 200-mile radius if I need to. And if it's still kind of dry, I'll push it a little further just to keep rolling. So we'll do Searcy, Arkansas, 200-mile deadhead at the most. Uh, Power only for your equipment type. Now, if I had my own trailer, which I could rent my own trailer through F2F, I just decided not to, and I'll explain that in a minute. Uh, so I run power only. Now, the reason why I decided not to rent a trailer right now, even though they got brand new trailers and everything, it was offered to me, is because to get going, I figured, I'll start off power only and get the hang of everything. And if I feel I need a trailer in the future, then I'll do that. But for the time being, it's one less expense that I will have to worry about. So what I do is, for the time being, I run power only. And also, when I'm headed into the house, I'm not obligated to take a trailer with me. I can since I'm power only, I can just bobtail home if I want to, and it saves a lot of fuel. So I just been running power only, and it works out for me. So when I'm headed back out, I just book a load, and if it's a JB Hunt load or whatever type of load it is, I'll use JB Hunt as an example. Say I book a load, and then I'll let JB Hunt know that I need a empty trailer. They'll get me coordinated with an empty trailer. I'll go pick up the empty trailer, and then I'll go to the pickup site, pick up the load, and then I'll run the load. And at the end, if I don't want to haul another JB Hunt load, I'll go drop the trailer off wherever JB Hunt sends me a location. Or if I'm gonna run another JB Hunt load, I will keep that empty and then just book another load. So that's what I've been doing. So yeah, we'll go Searcy, Arkansas, 200-mile deadhead, power only. We'll click find loads. And I've already looked at this earlier where there's more on there now than there was earlier. It's 19 results. Now, earlier, I think there was about 5 results. So that's why I mentioned I might switch over to Schneider or something if I needed to once I got up there just to keep rolling. But now there's 19 results. So as you can see, well, this is for today. I won't be there until the 17th, but we'll just keep it how it is now. So basically what I would do on loads like this, where you see someone's already offered 2,500, I'll check the load out. And what I've been doing is, for the time being, I've been trying to run lighter loads as possible. Uh, Occasionally, if I got to take a heavy load, I will. But for the time being, I've been trying to find some of the lightest loads that I can get, so that way, it is easier on the truck, easier on your pockets, more money in your pockets. So this just so happens to be a light load. So if I was interested in this load, I would go back up. I would see what the people have already offered. As you can see, a person offered 2,500. That 2,500 offer was rejected. So I would already know that whatever offer I make needs to be lower than 2,500 because I've already see that the 2,500 offer has been rejected. So I would come in, I would place an offer, let's say I go to 2300. So 2300 would be 346 a mile, and then I would just basically place the offer. But I'm not gonna place the offer now. But the way I do it is I go off of the miles. So it's 664 loaded miles. So what I do, I go back to my calculator, 664 total miles, and I multiply that by 2. That's 1328. So the bare minimum offer I would take on this type of load is 1328. Because however far the miles is, I always want to double it as far as the profit. I take the miles and then I add it. So I double it, which would bring me to the 1328. So that's the minimum I would take on this type of load. Uh, but I always try and get an extra couple $100 out of them. So if it's 13 something, you see this guy offered 2500, which is, you know, as sky high. I would bring it down a little to where it looks more reasonable. And then what happens is once I place the offer, once I go back over here and place the offer, let's say let's say let's say I put 1800. That brings it down to 271 a mile. And then once I place the offer, which like I said, I'm not gonna place the offer because I'm not interested in the load. I won't actually be in that area until the 17th, which is tomorrow. Uh, and this load picks up today on the 16th. So what I would do is once I submit the offer, I will wait a few minutes. Then you'll get a notification. Either JB Hunt will accept your offer, or they'll counter offer, or they'll flat out reject your offer. So if they counter offer, let's say if I submitted the offer for 1800, JB Hunt might come back with a counter offer for like 1600, and then I will either accept that offer, or I can come back with another counter offer of my own, which I would bump it up another $100 and probably say 1700. Okay, once I'm at 1700, JB Hunt might come back and say, 1650 or something. 1650 is not bad. So I will go ahead and accept because I will be getting a couple extra hundred out of it. But at the same time, we will be meeting in the middle, which would make them more likely to accept your offer. So that's how I've been doing it. So I would accept that load, let's say 1650. I would accept the load for 1650, going 664 miles, 1650. Let's say I do one fill up or fill up and a half. So off a load like this, I should make no less than, I would say no less than, I want to say you should lose no more than, depending on field, because field's been up and down. So I would say you want to spend no more than about 700 in field, depending how many miles per gallon you get. I currently only get about 6.7 on my truck. It's a 2014 and get about 6.7. So I say no more than about 700 in fuel, because I try and keep some fuel in there, because you never know what can happen. Sometimes you get stuck sitting for a day or two, like I've been sitting right now. Uh, and in Texas, the weather is warming up, so you don't want to be stuck with minimum fuel, and you can't run your AC or anything that you need to do. So I try and keep some fuel in there. So yeah, so let's say 1650. We go back to the calculator, which is more than the 1328, which was my minimum. So 1650. Let's just say you spent. Let's say you spend. We'll say 700, but you might spend less on fuel. Let's just say 700 on a bad day. You spend 700 in fuel. You still made almost $1,000 off that run, and you only went like 600 and something miles. So that's still pretty good in my book. Like somebody else might think, oh, that's not a lot, but once you do it, it's kind of like a domino effect. The more you do that, the more it starts to kind of, well, snowball effect. The more it starts to add up. You just slowly adding a little bit more money to your pocket each time, by getting them, uh, a little higher than what they want to pay. So by doing that, you're adding a little bit extra to your wallet each time. And if throughout the week, let's say you run like you seen on this week, I only ran like 3 loads, but it wasn't even a full week for me because, like I said, I had to run back to the house for some stuff because stuff is coming, through the mail. After everything comes in the mail, so until everything does come in the mail, which right now I'm just waiting on my plates and my permanent cab card, which should be coming pretty soon, hopefully. Yeah, so until everything comes in the mail that I fully need or whatnot, I've been running, but I also been going back home, to get the different things, check on stuff, and get the things that I need. But the good thing is, if I need to do that, I'm able to do that. Like, I'm not forced to be on the road. So a lot of times, I've been kind of playing it by ear right now. Like, maybe I'll be on the road a week or two coming up pretty soon, and then I might start shooting home. Now, keep in mind, before I used to be on the road anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks at a time. Maybe sometimes if it might seem like a little longer than that, but on average, I was on the road 4 to 6 times. 4 to 6 weeks at a time. So, you know, to be able to just go home whenever you want at the moment is kind of like a new freedom for me that I'm not used to. So at the same time, I still want to continue to make money. So what I'm doing is just kind of playing it by ear. But once I get my tags and everything, then I'll be able to see about how long I want to stay on the road before I take it in or whatever. But uh is definitely not going to be 4 to 6 weeks anymore. I'm not going to lie to you. Maybe if the money's good, I might stay out, but I figured, going home for 2 days or whatever, going home for the weekend or whatever, here and there, it's not going to hurt me. And then I come back out and keep running. You actually end up potentially running more because you're going back and forth more often. So it's kind of a good deal. But also on this low, I want to point out on the power only, if you want to make more money, you want to look for these type of lows where you say it says drop trailer. What that basically means is it's basically a drop and hook when you get there. So you drop the trailer, and then let's say let's say you want to go home or something. So you find you a load similar to this. You drop the trailer, and then you get the option if you want to, take a trailer to the house for a couple of days. Nobody's really gonna know that you got the trailer there for 2 days, and then you head back out. It'll make it easier on you when you head it back out. You won't have to track JB Hunt down to get a trailer. But if you don't want to, then what you can do is bobtail home and then get you a trailer on your way back out. What you see at the top where it says empty trailer pickup, that's basically what that is. You picking up an empty, then you go to your first location, which is the pickup, then you go to your second location, which is the drop off, and then if you don't choose to run another JB Hunt load, you you drop it off at the trailer pool. Let's see, but yeah, this the one that I've been running the most. Uh, the JB Hunt load board, and then also I want to point out how I get some of my rates. Get an idea of what rate I want to charge as far as to run the load. Because JB Hunt, like I said, they give you the option to send an offer. Let them know what you're willing to run the load for. Uh, Now this app that I just switched over to, this is the Truck Smarter app, and I really like this app. I've yet to book a load off of it, but I use this app more as a reference app, and then I go back to JB Hunt app or Convoy app, or as you can see, this is a Convoy load that I've been looking at, potentially grabbing this once I drop in Arkansas or whatever, shoot up to Jackson, Missouri, pick this up, take it to Tyler, Texas, and then back to Jackson, Missouri. Is paying a little bit over 2,100. uh 2,100 miles. Now the thing with the Convoy app, I mean the Convoy loads, a lot of the Convoy loads is round trip. So wherever you start is where you end up a lot of the times. It's 1,137 miles for 2,100. Now Convoy app, it allows you to place bids too, but sometimes it's just got the book now option. But as you can see on this one, it's got submit the bid and also book now. Now I also got the Convoy app. I could just go over to Convoy app, find this particular load and book it if I wanted to. But yeah, so Truck Smarter, well, as you can see, that load just disappeared. So somebody's already booked it. So yeah, I'll be looking at a different load. But on the Convoy app, I mean on the Truck Smarter app, as you can see, you got all the different apps in one. You got JB Hunt, you got Schneider, you got Convoy, you got everybody in one. TQL, pretty much anybody. All you gotta do is scroll down. You can pretty much see on any given day who's offering what loads, and then you could go back to that particular load board and then find that load and book that load, or you can book it directly from the Truck Smarter app. Me, I use Truck Smarter more as a reference, and then I go back, like you see on, it'll give you a price range, like on this one. This load, Truck Smarter estimates on the low end that you should make no less than $1,870, which is $298 a mile, and then on the high end, a little bit over 2,500 for $4.03 a mile. Now this is a Walmart load, which is I'm currently on a Walmart load. The thing I will say about the Walmart loads is hit and miss. You get there and you know how Walmart is. A lot of things change, and also Walmart only wants you to deliver at certain times, pick up at certain times. Like yesterday, my pickup was supposed to be 3 p.m. And then when I look on the app today to see if anything's been updated, it changed to 4 p.m. today. So, it just gets later and later and later. Not only do I got to pick up today, but I got to deliver it today. So, depending on how long it takes to get loaded and everything, I got to put my foot in it to get it up there and get it delivered today too. So, that's type of thing you got to deal with when you deliver a Walmart load. But I just took this load so I can keep on moving. But yeah, so on this one you see it's 626 miles with a 96-mile deadhead, which is basically that would be if I was in Searcy, Arkansas, which is where the load that I'm currently on is gonna deliver. You should make anywhere between 298 to $4.03 a mile, which, like I said, is 1870 to 2530. So then I would go back to the JB Hunt. I would go back to the JB Hunt app, and I would list my offer somewhere between 1,800 and 2,500. So that way we can do the haggling, get the haggling out of the way, and I can get the best price for me. Now, the best price for me might not be the best price for you. You might want more money out of it, but I do what works for me. And so far, this has been working for me. Just try and get a little bit extra out of it, and then run that load, give me another load, get a little extra out of that, run that load, and go on to the next one and do the same thing. But yeah, I'm not gonna make this video too long. I was just kind of showing you that you can make money doing power only. As you can see from my pay stub, which is only about maybe a half a week. If it was a full week, I might have been able to add 1 to 2 more loads to it, which potentially would have brought the total maybe to about 5,000, 6,000 gross for the week, which is on average power only. 6,000. You want to be somewhere around 6,000 for your gross on a power only week. If it's a decent week, 6,000. If I was running dry van, you could potentially make 10,000 a week doing dry van. Like I said, in the future, I might change over and get me rent me a trailer from F2F. But for the time being, power only is okay. So I just been doing power only. Uh, if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, look for more of these videos coming in the future as I learn more about, like I said, booking the lows and staying consistent with the, with being able to run and all that stuff. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next.
Can't come to the trap, you making it hot. Don't fit the work and it's fresh out the pot. I've been having nightmares, I sleep with a chop. I get off the work and I don't need a clock. I don't need the rib, you know it's a stop. She good on my nerves, I put her on block. If he choosing sides, then he turn to a op. The trap said he jumping, we making it hot.